Hey guys, welcome back to another video. So in the previous video I have shown how you can create a table in the DB, and now the next step is how you can save a data to the DB with the help of backend code, and that will be the .NET code with the controller. Okay, so let's start. And so what you have to do here is open your Visual Studio. Okay, once you have opened, go for the create new project. Okay, so in the down you will get as a ASP.NET Core Web API. ASP.NET Core Web API. So this is the one in this one you have to select it. Okay, so let's come here and okay, ASP. Okay, this one. This is the one which you have to select. Okay, this means the project template is creating as the ASP.NET Core application with the example of controller for the RESTful HTTP service. This template can be used for the ASP Core, MVCs, views and controller. Okay, so let's open this. So once you will go for the next, it will create you one project. So let's come. I will not create it here. So I have opened it. So here you can see this is the project. So by default, for example, with the name of employee if you have created or a student you have created, so these are the folder you will get as a created, and by default you will get this solution item. Okay, so in this one you will get as a launch setting, setting app settings and app setting JSON as well. Okay, so in this one first I will tell you how you can connect your server database from the Visual Studio Code. The first step is, so once you'll open this, so let's come to this folder. I will close this one. So once you will click over here, so here you can see by default in your case this code will be there. Okay, leave those one, and now you have to add this line. So what does mean? So here you are adding your server name. If I'll open the SSMS, here you can see the server name is this one. So this is what I kept here. This is your server name, and database you can keep as of now. For me the database is users. Okay, and this trusted connection is true. So once you have done this one, and let me go inside this, let it be. Okay, okay. So these things, by the way, if you'll not do for now, so that's fine. Okay, so next come to the controller. You will not get a models over here. Okay, if I'll open this one, we don't have a model folder. You have to create manually. Once you have done this one, so you can proceed like me what I have done here. Okay, so once you open your controller, by default you will get some with the random name. So you can delete those controller names, so you can rename it. Okay, so once you have done this one, so first of all what you have to do here is, here you have to make sure you have connected with the right connections, like whatever the configuration you have done for the app setting.json, that need to be come here. So with the help of I configuration we can read about the configuration what we have. Okay, so once you have done this one, so now you come to the part, like here you can see this is the student. Okay, so http post what does mean, and what http get what does mean. Okay, I will tell you about these two. I will tell others is also there, so I will tell later on. So for now I will get, for mostly the rare case you will use as http post and get. Okay, so there is a many ways to handle this way to you can send the data to the backend. Either you can type manually here which and all property you want to send, and either you can send a with the help of model. So if I'll click over here, so you can see it is got to the students.cs. So if I'll refresh this, here is my code. This is the model which is included all the properties here. So here you can see the name space is student.models. Okay, if I'll go here, in the top you can see student.model is included over here. So based on this reference, the data it is getting appended, and whatever the class we have, so So this is my class. So this class, once I take it, so it will have all the properties. Okay. So form body, in the sense you are going to read the whatever the input you are going to send, and I actions, it will be default public, and you can put the method name, and that method name, if you want to send the data to the backend to save the data, you have to use as a HTTP post. You are posting the data to the DB. Okay, so you can keep the name over here, so that name should match, so that will be good identified. Don't make different name to make confusion. Okay, after doing this one, if you'll see, I am using the SQL connections over here. I am checking the connections, okay, with the help of connection string. So this is my connection string, so that I will get from the I configuration for this app setting.json. Okay, now I am saying that open the connections. Once it is get opened, so I am writing a query over here. So there is a many way to write. So as of now, you can see this is the simple SQL query where you can type it like this. Okay, so for example, if you want to insert some data, so what we have to write it. So this is the syntax which I have written here. Query, so insert into the table name, and these are the columns, and where I am inserting those values. So what value we will have, that we are going to send to the from the UI side. Okay, so what I did, command dot parameters add with values. So the value one which it is holding, that is the name, second is the mobile number, is active is true. So by default I am making as a true here. From the UI side also you can make it. If you don't want to make it, so you can make it from the backend as well. Okay, so again, after having all this set, so I am closing the connections, and if it is everything is fine, so it will return the data is got saved successfully, and if anything is there, it will go for the exceptions over here. Okay, so let's come and debug this code first. So I will try with the postman, because I have, so in your case, from the swagger, you directly you can debug. So I have removed that swagger. Now I am connected with the oscillots. Okay, so what I am doing, I am trying to call this APIs. Okay, so in the body, I will make a different video for how you can call from the postman. Okay, so I will send a request from here. So here you can see, first of all, we are checking the connection configurations. So here we will get as a connection string. Here you can see these are the value I am sending. So these are the server name, a database, and trusted connections. Okay, so once it is done, so now you can see these are the ID from the UI. If you are sending anything, because this is a primary key, it will generate automatically in the DB side. Okay, so here you can see, after sending, okay, I am not sending any IDs over here, so by default it will set in the DB. Okay, now come here. Here you can see I am running this query. So here you can see the query is insert into these values. Okay, so these are the name which I am sending to the backend. Okay, once it is done, so here you can see the data is got successfully, and it will got saved to the DB. Here you can see the response is data got saved successfully. So as of now we have a 2 record. If I'll run this again, so here you can see this is a 3 record. So this is how you can make as a backend connections. And so as of now, these are the normal. So you can initialize here as well, instead of this one. So let me tell you. So once again, let me show you what and all we are getting. Okay, so let me make it other name, so for understanding purpose I will add something new. I will send a request now. So once it is done, here you can see the data is getting saved. Okay, so what error we are getting, because I have exceeded the number of length. So in the DB I have maintained as a 13 digit, so it is more than 13 digit. That's why we are getting a exceptions here. So that we can handle from the UI, or we can to control that one. So if any exception is there, so it will show the error message here. So here you can see the string or binary data would be truncated table username column number, this one mobile number, truncated value is this one. So it is more than 10 digit 13 digit, that's why it is throwing a error. So I will send it again. So now you can see the data is got saved successfully. If I'll go to the DB and I will run it again, here you can see that fourth record is got inserted, right? And one more insert was happening, so that was got failed. So here you can see there is a gap of it, right? After 3, that is fifth, so the data is not there, but it is got failed. Okay, the same data if I want to retain, so what I did here, so let's come to the get data as well. So what I am trying to get, so this is the http get. So I have written this method. This method you can put as per your wish. So now what I am saying, open the connections, go for this table, this object. So this is the list. If I'll go for this one, click over here. So these are the property which I am looking for. So students, so the query is select star from where the is active is true. So this query is going to be run, and from this student whatever we have there in the students, so these are trying to read the data from these properties with the name of these properties. For example, student id, name, mobile number is active, so it will retain all the data. So let's come to the postman and I will try to send a get API here. Yeah, so now it will go for the get one. So here you can see I will continue. This is the first loop. So here you can see in the student we have a this record. Okay, student id 2, in the sense second id is got readed. Now student id will be 3, right? And then student id is 5, and then it will over the loop. So now in the students you can see all the data will have. Okay, once it is returned successfully, so here you can see all the data we have here, correct? So this is how work in the get API. Okay, if you'll do this much, so you will able to send the data to the backend and you will get the data from the backend, same code. There is no any more changes. If you are see, if you are doing from the postman, that is well and good. You have to check, I will tell you how you can do that one. Else you have done through the without ocelot, if you have a swagger, so from there directly you can send a request to the API. So there you will get as a option to send a request, okay, without postman as well. So I will tell in the next video how you can configure with the ocelot, because this whatever the code I have written, this is now not with the help of swagger. So this is done by ocelot. So here you can see this is based on my port I have done. So there is some configuration need to be done for this one as well. So I will tell in the next video. Before of it, I will tell you how you can do run through the postman. Okay, so that's it for the day. If any queries is there, let me know, I will help you. Thank you so much. Bye.